What is a mood board? So a mood board is a visual guide in real. It's like a map of inspiration. It's a visual presentation of text, images. It can be physical or digital. The most important thing is to build a universe, a visual universe around the project. Better the mood board, better the project. A mood board has like a certain framework, and these are like the words who define this framework. Images of photography, textures, patterns, colors, quotes or texts, typography, objects, and references. What can be like these tech words for my project Koyok? Obviously, after like the briefing, we have seen everything. The first thing which like coming in my mind is like Brazilian identity. So let's write it down. Brazilian identity is like a key point for Koyok. They're like really proud to be Brazilians and they want to expose Brazilian culture. So definitely this would be like the first tech word. The second one I'm thinking about is definitely music, because this is like the business of them. Here I will like investigate a little bit and try to find how you can visualize music maybe. The third really like important tech word for me when we like spoke, it was the word saudade. It's a Brazilian word that only exists in the language and means like for longing for something. The most exact translation in English would be like bittersweetness. The fourth tech word I would like write, it's vintage modern. Why is that? As we know about the briefing, they're like really inspired about the music from the 60s and 70s, but they're like mixing it in a modern way, in a timeless way, they want to say. Now I have my 4 tech words. These are like the essential thing to begin my visual investigation. Now I want to show you how I did my mood board. I want to talk about first where I'm like searching my images. The most common way would be Google Images search tool. Here I'm obviously putting just like the tag words that I want, and here I'm getting a lot of imagery. Another one is Design Inspiration. If you're like going on design page, it's like really amazing page 2 and website. Here you can also find a lot of inspirational pictures. And definitely Pinterest. It's a curated platform, I can say. I think you all know about that. You can also like create pin walls. I did like one here for Koyok. Everything which is related to Koyok, I was putting it here to have a resume of everything. Nevertheless, if you want to have more a document that you can also use and produce, where you can obviously like come with. So since we have like these 3 web pages, but they're like not all coming together, I'm always like to use Keynote. Why? For example, if we have like this image that we like, I like that it's transmitting a little bit a Brazilian vibe, people dancing, and I think it's like a nice picture for my mood board. Click on the right side, copy the image, and then jumping on Keynote, I paste it. So for me, like this copy and paste mechanism is really simple and really fast. Let's speak about my mood board. We have been like written the tag words that we think might be the most important ones to start researching our visual mood board. In my case, for Koyok, it's Brazilian culture and music. And what I've done here, I searched like for Rio de Janeiro, since Luciano and Fabio are coming from there, and it's like really important. We have on the left side above the structure on the pedestrian precinct, which is like really amazing. This is for me really like an iconic element of the Rio de Janeiro image, or like the city. Then we have a bunch of images, a little bit nostalgic images from the 70s, 80s that I like a lot, and it's also showing some Brazilian vibes. The image down that I have seen on the Wikipedia page about the ethnics of Brazilian people, that Brazilian folk and the history, they are like really a mixed culture, and I like that a lot. Then we have also some cuisine, food, and everything else representing Brazilian culture. We have like the feijoada dish. We have the flag, which I think is like amazing. And down here on the right side, we have Guaraná. It's like a drink, the Coca-Cola of Brazil. This is also showing the identity of Brazil, since like this fruit is really special and it's only like growing in this country. If you're going further, I was making a visual research about the Brazilian music, and here I came across a lot of covers that I found really interesting. These are a lot of artists who are inspiring Coyoc. They're like making music out of them, let's say. So we have João Gilberto, we have Leda Soares and Elise and a bunch of other people. And for me, it was just like really interesting to see how they look like. I really like a lot the one on the right side with the Brazilian flag. These two colors, green and yellow, are so iconic, and also the forms. Through this, I'm getting visual inspiration. Then we have like the word saudade, translated in English as bitter sweetness. Here I made the research more in the Brazil context. It's the old Copacabana, the old Ipanema beach. We have these photos in black and white. On the right side, we have old children's game. I think saudade can be also like childhood and older times, and contextualizing a little bit this word saudade. This research is a little bit different because this is about the imagery itself, like a photography style, let's say. This is like really expressing definitely saudade. We have moody pictures, a little bit longing. We have double exposure. Maybe we have also on the right side this girl who is playing the guitar at the window with like a nostalgic longing feeling. And I think this imagery is expressing a lot this saudade feeling. Also this Polaroids that we have everywhere. It's like already reminding you of older times. Item of the 70s, 80s, where it's also like the music coming from that inspires Coyoc. Then I was like making a visual research about music, eclectic music. I think this is really cool since all the instruments have like different notes. In general, I like the representation, let's say, of music. And what I think it's really amazing that music is also a system. If we have like this image in the middle that you can see starting with one note and then getting into more little note. This is like a structure and a system that builds up music. One inspirational image I also find is like the one left above that you can see. It's pretty much just showing a song, but like in a really abstract way. I like the forms, I like the expression of that. This is for me really inspirational, that you can like visualize or like communicate music with just like shapes and forms. Going further with the visual research, I have been coming across a bunch of amazing covers, LP covers from the 70s and 80s. And by watching them, I think they're like still so modern because they're like so simple and so minimal. And this is for me really like an amazing inspiration. Also here some more. In general, I want also to go in this direction because we have this vintage modern inclusion, and geometric forms will be always like timeless, but with a little bit of texture or something, it looks also like a little bit vintage. What I've said before, the textures, I think the textures are also like giving you like a handmade feeling. It's really haptical, and with the textures you can communicate a little bit like vintageness, let's say. Then I make like a little bit research about typography. I don't know yet if we'll be looking like a 70s, 80s inspired typography shape, but I think this is like a nice visual research, just like getting into what is there. For example, one, I'm seeing it here right now, the Polaroid one is really inspiring. I like that it's like so simple, just a Polaroid word mark that you can read really good, but I like really a lot this graphic system, the colors together. So I also like made research in graphic system. On the left side we see like this Polaroid visual graphic system, which is like pretty much this rainbow colors together. And on the right, anyway, you can see that they are like family. The shapes and the colors are like including together and it's making like visual identity, I would like say. I think this is like really inspiring. And in the end, I will like go in the direction of using geometric forms. Also because the Brazilian flag has like these geometric forms, and I think I can like really combine them together. And this is a mood board I have made, an inspiring tool, an inspiring way to start to think visually and to get ideas.